That goes away.
Okay, how on earth did they make 1-1-1 for no loss and then eventually just made 156 on this pitch? This is Sharjah, right? Where everybody makes
Yeah.
222. This is just unbelievable. We were supposed to do live telecast, and by the time we started, this is already over. Our podcast is
Yeah.
finished. We should just go home, take off our panties, and just sleep. That's what we should do. It's just a nightmare. Okay, this time earlier in the first match, both CSK and RCB had a horrendous start. All the batsmen got out, and somebody got stuck. Only for Gaikwad, I'm talking about, not for RCB. And this time RCB had 111 run stand, and then nobody performed. They got this new guy who's called Tim David. He's like long, tall as timber. Then they have Maxwell, De Villiers. Nobody performed. And then they got Harshal Patel and I don't know, Hasaranga. Desh also came. He made one run, and eventually they misfielded everything.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about RCB now that they are stuck on 10 points? Now they are almost at risk of losing out before we'll talk about something else because there's nothing else to talk about in this match. We might as well talk about KKR, who are loving it completely. Um, what's wrong with RCB? Why couldn't they capitalize after they started so well? What happened? This fear, there's something I just feel there's little restraint, which like they should learn from KKR. That screw the restraint, throw the restraint in the air out of the window and just do what you do best. This is not looking good, man. This is not looking good. Another loss, and they could be like
Yeah.
they could be out, man.
And the next match is again against Mumbai, so I think that's virtual quarterfinal. Because if
Yeah,
Mumbai
because
loses
Mumbai is
that, they're
struggling as
out.
well.
Yeah, so if because Mumbai loses that, they'll be out, and if RCB loses, then it'll start becoming difficult for RCB. So yeah, I think I mean after that start, everyone was thinking maybe at least 180, at least like the worst, and I mean they would be targeting at least 190, 200, but then I think the main problem is ABD is not scoring, not making runs. I mean, it just has been two matches, but this is IPL. There's no time. So yeah, I think that's the problem. Generally, because after such a good start, Maxwell also didn't score. They got some new guy, Tim David, who has a huge reputation, but he
Apparently played in
also
8 countries in 6 months or something like that. Something
yeah.
crazy. Played in Bangladesh, Syria, Israel, everywhere. All the worst places he's played and he's made runs, but he cannot make runs here. I just feel anybody who comes from RCB, they just have way too much pressure for some reason. I don't know what is the reason, but it just feels that
Yeah.
whosoever plays for RCB, they're always under a lot more pressure than anybody else is. So I understand AB de Villiers did not work out, but it's a very weird thing to say if you really think about it. When the opening stand was 111, one player did not work out, what was everybody else doing? It is a
There's
concern, right? We know it is a concern, but then
it
you
has
can't
always
at
been
this
the
stage say this did not work out because it just feels weird.
This has always been the concern with RCB. Too much dependence on Kohli and ABD. Now Maxwell. See the why we're winning. Why RCB was winning in the first half. Won 5 matches because Maxwell scored. Then obviously there is ABD who at least wins RCB 2 matches by on his own. But yeah, and then there was that one match where Kohli and Padikal just scored all the runs. But yeah, so the problem is once these people get out, there is no one, there's no expectation, there's no nothing. No one makes run. They got this new guy Tim, who got out like I don't know. There was so much reputation, and he got out in such a soft manner. So it's really alarming. And yeah, and I think you're correct. Like whoever comes to RCB, there is so much expectation, there is so much pressure. This Hasaranga guy was, bowling really well in Sri Lanka against us, against the Indian. I think we toured right Sri Lanka with our B team.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna bring your attention to just something read something by Manjrekar. Guess who? Manjrekar. He said Cloley went very slowly for no apparent reason after he had 40 runs in 26 deliveries, and that's what actually hurt RCB. So he's putting all the blame on Kohli. Is that justified? Because I do agree. After you have such amazing start, you have to go helter skelter. You can't be just like I'll just get this. I'll just like tick around as well because they
Yeah,
let
at least
Jadeja settle in. They didn't really go after all these players because they have so many players out there. Just go after it, because 156, even if they have gotten lost wickets, they would have still gotten 175 in the worst scenario, because the best scenario was 225. I don't think CSK would have been able to chase that score if it was 190
Yeah,
plus.
yeah, no way. No,
No way. They have
that's correct.
Raina.
That's correct.
Even Raina was looking like he was just like hitting everywhere. It was like misfielding everything. I
Yeah, I
just
think
saw Yuzvendra
that's
Chahal and DDP misfield, and both went for boundaries when they were actually, run a
trying
ball
to put.
chasing.
Yeah,
Not good,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Not
That's
good enough.
it's in it looks right now. It looks in total disarray. Bowling is not coming out. I mean, you can't blame bowlers. 157. How are you supposed to defend 157 or 98, 96, whatever they made? And Harshal Patel again got 2 wickets, so he's keeping his purple cap. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
because Avesh did
think
not get any wickets. I was going to mention that, because Avesh did not get
yeah,
any wickets. So he's stuck at 14. This guy's down 19 now. So he's going to keep wearing that purple cap. And Shikhar is
yes,
going to continue keep wearing his orange cap. And the most effective player, or the something like they have this award for something, the most impactful player, Shikhar is at the top for that as well.
correct. So yeah, I think it's. I mean, even I was really surprised when after 6 overs, after such a good start, and they were playing really well, they slowed down. I think maybe the idea was that Kohli would be playing through the innings and DDP would go berserk, but no one nothing happened, and I think this has been the problem with Devdutt Padikkal. He is not able to. He seems a bit limited in his shot making. Like he's not able to, play all the shots like all around the ground. It's just a couple of shots he tries almost. So yeah, that's a concern. But still, after such a good start, even if they slow down a bit, there is no way that you. I think they even made less score, or they were even worse than Punjab in the last 2 overs. I think last 2 overs they scored only 6 runs.
It was just horrible,
So
man. So
yeah,
there's
it was
nothing much to
horrible.
talk about, but let's talk about there's a match tomorrow, and
There are
this is
two matches.
between Delhi and Royals. Oh, there's two matches, right? So maybe we can just talk about a little bit about that, and just probably close the shop if we have nothing else to talk, because I mean we thought we were gonna do some live telecast, but well, guess what? RCB decided otherwise. They're just trying to shut our podcast down by shutting themselves down. I mean that's high stake game, right? So tomorrow's Capital
Yeah,
versus Royals. Do you think Royals have a chance? They have a terrible captain, but then so do Delhi Capital. But Delhi Capital is amazing team and
correct.
amazing coach. Everything is amazing.
Yeah, in T20 there is always a chance, but
It's in Abu
I
Dhabi as
just
well in 3:30. It's gonna be hot.
it's going to be hard. Yeah, but I feel that this match RR did win the last match, but that was a miracle. It was not a good performance. It was just a miracle. So I don't see RR winning this one. But yeah, stranger things have happened in T20. So never know. But yeah,
Well, the second match
I
is
won't
between
count.
Sunrisers, who cannot rise.
That's the
Their sun is
loser
not
match.
sun, not risers, versus Punjab, who you like pick to somehow qualify for the finals. But it's not looking like it. But
Uh,
if there's a team that they should be happy to face, it will be Sunrisers, right? At this point,
yeah,
although anything
the
is
Sun.
possible. But yeah, because I'm predicting a big score by David Warner. I've already predicted 77, runs of 43 deliveries by David Warner. So that's I've already predicted, because everybody's saying like David Warner is done and dusted. He's already dug his grave and he's gonna like bury himself
Nah.
and put mud on himself as well, and like pull it together, shut the doors of his coffin himself as well. But I don't think that's how it is. But if it was an Indian batsman, they would have said, "Oh, it's just like a little pass, then he's gonna come back." But because it's like somebody else, they can just talk shit about him. Because in fact, I
Yeah.
feel now that because they're not able to say anything about Indian batsmen, Indian people, and so they just say a lot more shit about anybody who's not from India. By the way, I was thinking the other day, I was like, I always complain about Indian commentators being really, really shit. I was just thinking, I was
Hmm.
lying down, I just like, I was taking a shower, and I realized that, one of the reason Indian commentators shit is because they're not able to say anything. Because I think they might
Right.
have good ideas, but they don't want to say anything because they're like, oh, BCCI will fire them. So they don't tell the right stories. They just like very template and don't do anything. So why they
Don't say.
and that's thing.
Yeah.
Because
Their mantra is to. Yeah, their mantra is to just not say anything controversial. Okay, I think I've lost you. Yeah, it's the internet's not working.
This podcast is worse than cricket infos.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Okay, you're
back.
back now.
Maybe I can hear you a little.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah, yeah.
wasn't back. You were back.
No,
I
I
think your
was
internet was busted.
I no, your internet was busted. I can see in the uh, this thing. Anyway, so yeah, what were you saying?
I was just saying the Indian commentators, but forget about that. But tomorrow's match, you're putting your money on obviously the Delhi, and then you're putting your money on Punjab or not? Because Punjab can choke again.
Punjab,
Sunrisers, one
Punjab.
chance to. Okay,
No,
I'm
no,
going to
I'm
put my
putting
money
my
on
money.
Sunrisers. Yeah, I'll put money on Sunrisers.
No, I'm saying that, or I'm predicting that Punjab will win and Rahul will score, because that's one of my prediction as well, that Rahul will
Yeah, three times he'll
get
be
the
dropped.
orange
Huh?
card.
Then he'll make 42 or 21
Correct.
deliveries.
See,
So many times he gets
even
dropped. It's just unbelievable.
even there is this dialogue now. Kainat is also helping Rahul to be the top scorer in this IPL.
He's
So
not going to,
yeah,
because his team is not going to qualify. Shikhar Dhawan is going to make the highest score. He's going to come back into the Indian team. Rahul will be dropped because somehow he'll slip on a soap on the last day of IPL. Things happen, man. Things happen. Or he'll probably have a cracked leg just by chance. Shit happens. It will happen to him. But I think people can stop Harshal and Shikhar. Shikhar's name is Shikhar. He will be at the Shikhar. And Harshal
correct.
probably also means Shikhar. His name is Patel, man. Patel are always the best. It's only like Shah
Yeah,
and Patel in Gujarat. This is the two big castes that people love. So yeah.
correct. Yeah, and what about Lord Shardul? He again took 2 wickets today. Didn't give many runs. Took major wickets actually. And
Yeah, and he misfielded as usual, which he always does. People don't
yeah,
even
that's
care anymore, because like people
that. No one
expect him to
cares.
misfield. But yeah, I mean, see, I think, see, one thing is called taking the wickets, one is just gifting wickets. He like gifted the wickets, because that's what actually happened from their point of view. Because who did he get out? He got David Particle, right? Who was trying to like scoop it over
And
the
De
wicket keeper or
Villiers.
something. That's one wicket,
And De Villiers.
and that's the only wicket he got. Why did you say he got 2 wickets? Oh, he did
He
get two
got two
wickets,
wickets. De
but I can't figure.
Villiers.
Oh, maybe he was
Yeah, this podcast is screwed.
Then shit, shit. Or this is
Are you
gone.
there? Oh, okay. Like RCB, you have also dropped off. So yeah, hope he'll be back. What's going on? What's going on? Okay, you're back with even
Oh
worse.
yeah, were you speaking or people?
No, I was not speaking. What should I speak like a madman?
It's live, right? So people are watching. What do you mean, mad man? Supposed to continue.
No, I was wondering whether he'll come back or like something happened. Yeah, it's okay. This
But this is
live.
live. People, you have to entertain people. You have to like take your shirt off and show your six pack. Everybody.
Uh,
What
yeah.
what what do you think happened in the last 2 3 minutes? Nobody's anywhere watching. We were like, yo, what's happening? These guys don't even speak anymore. So what we should wrap it up now, and we're looking forward to
Someone is
tomorrow's
watching.
match.
You
What?
can see two viewers watching.
Somebody's watching. I have no idea who's watching.
I mean, we
Probably
can't
just
know.
us. It's
No, no.
possible. It's probably just us. Probably just us.
So yeah, I mean, yeah. Since we're here, let's talk about what do you think? Is CSK good enough team to actually win this time?
With CSK, it's never. I see. It's T20. It's not Test cricket. Okay. I don't think there's an idea of good enough. One thing that matters is that a team which will be much more. That's one thing I have to give it to Dhoni. As much I give shit to Dhoni about everything, that if push comes to shove, and he doesn't become this complete moron person who takes every match to the last delivery, which does not work anymore because he's not the same player anymore. Okay. But otherwise, if you say about the calmness, because you will notice that CSK one team will be that as long as Dhoni can control certain things, they will not start crumbling. They are,
Mm-hmm.
because they don't drop players, they keep the same team no matter how people are performing or not performing. They don't really, reshuffle things. If you see
There's
RCB, every
stability.
other match there'll be new players will coming in. So I think that also creates like uncertainty in the players' mind. People like, okay, nobody explained, right? At least I don't know why Bharat is wicket keeping, why Debi De Villiers is not wicket keeping. I have no idea. I've not read anywhere. Is there a problem? Like, why couldn't AB? Because if AB keeps the wickets, it opens up a slot, right? Then one
Correct. Correct.
batsman can come in or something. Now they have to drop Kyle Jamieson. I mean,
Yeah.
you're dropping like one of the most, like, you spend so much money on this guy and now you have to drop this guy without him not performing bad or anything after one match. So all these things are like create a lot of uncertainty. I think when you talk about certainty, CSK is one team which has a lot of certainty now, that has a lot of points and the momentum and everything is there. Eventually what they have to do is they win their first big match, like, once they qualify, they like you to qualify in 1-2, right? So if they
Yeah. Yeah.
win their big match, one versus second, and then directly go to the final, then it's pretty much toss of a coin, right? On that day, what will happen? So
Correct.
I do expect CSK to perhaps make to the final, and then anything is possible. But right now, I'm gonna pick, like, I think Mumbai is not gonna make it, which we already picked earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and RCB, it's looking very dodgy, and KKR. Again, KKR is doing so well. Next match they can lose, and they're still stuck at 8 points, right? Because they are very
Right.
far, far, far behind. Because they started at 4.
Right.
But the way they won those two matches has been exhilarating. And I think once you get the rhythm in, it's good. But next match they start and the openers get out. Anything is possible. But right now, I answer your question. I think CSK is capable. I would say that if there's a yes or no answer, I would say yes.
Yeah. Even I. Yeah. I mean, I because final anything can happen, right? And most probably final will be between CSK and Delhi, most probably, and Delhi have never won it, and CSK has the experience of winning it. So yeah, anything can happen. So what do you think RCB should do? Like, what should they change to get back to the winning path?
I think two things they need to change. I think today I don't think they did the right thing, because I don't want Bharat coming in the middle and all these things. Just put your
Hmm.
best players. Make sure they are the first people to come and face. If you are protecting your best players, I don't think that's the right mentality in the first place. And I don't even think
Hmm.
that's a real Virat Kohli mentality. If this is your best player, this is only 20 overs, man. Just put them out there. They'll deal with it. Now,
Hmm.
today they did that, but I think they're just doing for, like, because the wicket was not falling, so they just put it out there. Look, no, say, okay, if AB has to come one down, AB comes one down. Then
Hmm.
the Aussie Maxwell dude comes in. Then the Tim White, whatever this guy's name was, what was his name? Tim something, right? So the new kid. So if they're gonna
Yeah.
play this guy, put them out there, let them face the deliveries. They have the top 5, the best batsmen. Trust me, because DDP, Kohli, this Tim dude has come in, and AB de Villiers and Maxwell. All these players are amazing, and then let everybody just go berserk completely. And today, what happened was they somehow were still skeptical, and I think what they need to follow is a little bit what KKR's mentality was. They're able to implement right now.
Hmm.
Go out there and go for it. If Bharat has to come in, if they say, okay, we're losing a wicket, fine. Like within the first 2 3 overs, if they're losing, then Bharat comes in. But as I was telling you yesterday, that Bharat's strike rate in T20s is 100, 108. So I don't know how that's going to help. These guys going to get under more pressure. So he should come and say like, listen, play like Sunil Narayan. You get
Right.
out on 10 for 5 deliveries, it's fine. But you make 15, take 15 deliveries, make 10, that's not good enough. You make 25 runs or 30 deliveries, that's not good enough. You make 30 of 25 deliveries, that's not good enough. So they need to come out, just forget about everything, just go out, just play their game and just fearless. They need to play completely fearless game, because right now I don't think they're playing fearless. Today making 156 after a 111 start without loss, without a wicket loss, that only happened because I can just look at even AB de Villiers' face. I can look at even today's Maxwell's face, and the new team dude also came in. I just looked at their
Tim
face. I
David.
just felt like, I don't know, man. They're a little bit skeptical, Like they're just not throwing caution to the wind, because right now there's nothing to lose. They need to do
Right.
that, because whenever they're thinking, it's not working out for them.
Correct. Yeah, I agree. And it just I just feel that once RCB starts losing, they become very desperate, and that happens because they are not never won IPL, and they I think last 3-4 years they have been very bad. Last year they did qualify, but then they crashed out very easily actually. So yeah, I think
Hmm.
it just feels that there is some spark missing. And also I think, do you feel that since no one from the RCB team got selected in the Indian World T20, that has also got some some that has like brought down the morale of the Indian players like Chahal. I mean, Chahal bowled decent, I mean, well, I think today, but something like Siraj, or I mean Sania obviously was not going to get
You don't
picked.
expect those people to go through, right? Only Chahal is not being
Yeah.
selected. And Virat Kohli is in RCB. So have you forgotten Virat Kohli?
No, apart from Virat Kohli, he's the captain. Obviously, he has to get picked. But Chahal was a very big exclusion, right? And I think he bowled decently. There was not much to defend. I mean, I don't think we can,
He
you
bowled
know.
whatever he could today. I think he was fine. I think he got a couple of
uh,
wickets or something as well. I don't know, 1 or 2 wickets.
Rashmi is saying, I want to see Bikram with his shirt off.
Take your shirt off.
Will pay.
We'll pay TM. Pay t-shirt off time. At least
So
you're
yeah,
getting
I
it.
think.
People are asking you. People demand. This is the like common demand.
So
By popular demand. Yeah.
yeah, next time I'll before the podcast I'll do some whatever the weight training and everything so that it looks better.
Push-ups, pull-ups, squats. I've been
So
showing my legs so many times. Yeah, go on.
yeah. So what do you think about again? So let's talk about just the teams which are losing out. What do you think SRH should do to get back to the winning ways? Obviously, there is. Do they have do they have the players to actually win?
If SRS doesn't have the players, who the hell has players, man? All these teams have players. SRS has David fucking Warner, who's made the maximum 50s, highest whatever runs. It's like he's amazing. There were Kane Williamson. Everything is working. Saha has to work. They have the players. Manish Pandey that's the dude in their team, right? It's
Williamson.
just everything has become so mental. So when you drop your captain, no, you just destroy your captain. You say, okay, you're not captain anymore, and you kick him out of the team, and suddenly it's just like it just dismantles everything. It
Yeah.
just completely throws everything into chaos. It just doesn't work anymore. And David Warner has not hit a ball in a year. Australia has not been playing any cricket, and he was injured a little bit. He didn't play any of the leagues or something. Just come in. He was under so much pressure. He got on the third delivery. I think all they need is David Warner to fire. I think things will come back, because till David Warner is conscious, thinking, and other things, they will not have their mojo will be back once he gets back in. Because if you notice that after David Warner got out, even Kane Williamson was playing so poorly, like literally was wasting so many deliveries. Because if one thing we've noticed is Kane Williamson, as traditional a player he is, he does not waste deliveries. Either hits a four
Right.
or
Right.
he'll take singles. He will rotate the strike. His striker will be always above 130.
Right.
Just hasn't happened. And they have your best bowlers according to you, Bhuvneshwar Kumar and all. These guys just need to perform. I think they're just not performing. And right now, performance, what they need is just to start at the top. So either when they bowl or they bat, they have to start well and build on that, because they need this little oasis. Like, because they're in this shit storm, they need this little silver lining. and they need to latch onto that bloody silver lining because they have this World Cup winning coach as well, right? And there is amazing Kane Williamson. They have David Warner. They have amazing players in their team. So you can't really
Correct.
complain. They're just not performing because everything has become mental, and they just need little thread. This IPL is already gone. So if they can tell themselves that it's already gone, next time is the new mega auction. Why don't they just
Right.
go out, just play like KKR is playing, and just go for it? I think they might have actually tried that in the last game as well, but
Hmm.
because once Warner got out, they kind of like, it's like the balloon. Somebody just put a pin on your balloon, and then it just that they couldn't find another balloon or air for the entire match. But then they still have another 6 games to go. They can go all out. At least, destroy some teams and destroy their chances of making the finals. That would be nice. That's
Correct.
always fun, right? That's always fun. So yeah, I think they have the team. I think they're just right now lacking the mentality, and there's a lot of chaos, and they need to overcome that chaos. And a good start with bowling or batting will help. And David Warner has to fire. Till David Warner does not fire, this team is not going to win. Simple as that.
And what about Punjab?
Punjab is just mentality, man. Mentality. They will find ways. They will find ways to lose a match, and which is literally impossible. And I say literally, it's impossible, and they'll find a way to lose that match, and that's because their coach is Anil Kumble, who will never accept it. But the fact is that
He might
he is
become
one of
Indian
the
coach.
yeah. Well, then Virat Kohli will like he'll just say I'll become just franchise player only. So it's one of this, and then they have Rahul, who, if you watch him when he's wicket keeping, because he's always wicket keeping, just watch his face. He's always tormented. He's like always tormented. He's like this constipated dude. No matter what happens, he's always unhappy. Even if he makes 50 out of 50 runs in 22 deliveries, he's still unhappy. This guy is not a natural captain. This guy is a great batsman. I've always said this. We have
Hmm.
terrible captains in IPL. Virat Kohli is a great captain, but in IPL, he's not a good captain. Like, not a great captain.
Hmm.
I think he just something doesn't work. So he's not a good captain technically. If I just say good or bad, he's not. He'll be on the other side. Then we have Sanju
Hmm.
Samson, not a captain. Then we have Rishabh Pant, amazing player, not a captain. KL Rahul is definitely not a captain. Okay. Then we have Kane Williamson, definitely a good captain. But I think when you drop David Warner from the captaincy, it was not a great idea. But I mean, the fact
Yeah.
is, Kane Williamson can become but once you drop David Warner, who's in the same team, it becomes very weird. So that's became weird. So they're not a good. So right now in IPL, Rohit Sharma, I think everybody will think he's a great captain. I would think uh, a lot of luck has shown his way as well. But I think it might still be biased. So we can still, you don't win 5 premierships without being,
Right.
something has to be really good about you. So Rohit Sharma is also a
Right.
great captain, but right now this season they're not going to qualify, so it's not going to be very good this season. Mahendra Singh Dhoni will definitely be a very good captain, right up there. And who else is there? I'm not even sure. Like, is there any other captains? Am I missing some captains? Like, there's just that's about it, right? So it's Dhoni and Rohit Sharma right now. So battle between them, but Delhi out and out has the best team. Even if the captain is not good, it does not matter, because at the end of the day, he's
Hmm.
going to make runs. At the end of the day, there's going to be so many like super performers in the team. Somebody's going to take the mantle. It's just going to be amazing. I mean, see their bench strength, see their team. It's crazy, like crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing. It's supremely amazing. So the fact that Shikhar Dhawan
It's
is
like
not there, that's
France.
just scandalous. That's just scandalous. But the fact is, Shikhar Dhawan is amazing, and they have Ricky Ponting is just beautiful. I really want Delhi to win this time, but again, there's no fairy tales in life. There are no fairy tales in life.
Yeah. True. But yeah, I mean, the Delhi's team. Okay, Rashmeet, you can send it. I'll send you private DMs. So, yeah, I think this time, I mean, I really want Delhi to win. I mean, I would have loved Bangalore to win it, but I mean, it just seems impossible now with whatever state of mind they are in. But again, I think Delhi also, they have not been, at least in the second half or even in the first half, they have not been really tested. The batting depth has not really been tested so far. So, yeah, hopefully we'll see some close matches tomorrow. Maybe Rajasthan Royals will do something. Yeah, we didn't talk about Rajasthan. So what do you think? I mean, now this mega auction is going to happen. So obviously there will be need for at least 3 captains, as we talked about. RCB will need a new captain, and the other 2 franchises will need a captain. Do you think Smith has a chance again to become captain of a franchise?
I think Smith will be definitely a great captain. Smith just needs, see, it's all mental. See, all mental. The only reason Smith is not Australia's captain is because of the great scandal. Okay, that happened. And if we remove that scandal, Steven Smith should be the captain. She should not be in Delhi. He should not be not playing. I think that's just bullshit. In fact, I was always advocating for 5 overseas players instead of 4. I don't think it's been considered, but I always
Now
think
it
that
won't be.
make it 5. It will be much better. You should have that option to make it 5. But Steven Smith should not be in a team when he's not playing, where people don't even care about him. This guy is a fucking legend. Okay, this guy is a captain. So if the new team comes in, they should get Steven Smith and should make him the captain and give him control, give him confidence, and forget about whatever the hell happened at Newlands. And just, I think he's going to be great. I think that's one captain right there getting wasted, not even playing.
Right. What about Rahane? Since I'm his agent, what do you think about him? Can he become a
This
captain?
podcast is over.
Come on, man. I mean, help
Yeah,
me out
next thing,
here.
what is it? You want Pujara to also become captain in T20 team?
He can become a
Rahane is
captain. I
done,
mean,
man. Rahane is done.
So again, so Virat Kohli is leaving the captaincy. Yeah, so since RCB is in such a mess, who do you think should be the next captain? Is it someone from the same team, from the current team, or they should try to buy someone?
It's very complicated, right? Because can you actually see anybody from the team? Because we don't want AB to become captain, right?
Yeah,
And
Maxwell is also
Maxwell
like
just come in. Then
just
there's
came in.
Tim Dude is there, Carl Jemison. Everybody's new. It's just what Chahal is going to become captain. I don't know, man. And
No.
will anybody even listen to Chahal if Virat Kohli is already there? I mean, I just don't get it. Like,
Yeah,
they can get somebody new, somebody a genuine, authentic person. See, the personality has to be bigger than Virat Kohli or somebody Virat Kohli respects. Otherwise, it's not going to work. As simple as that.
so who do you think? Like
You can't bring some.
just because it's mega auction, right? So almost everyone will be in the market apart from the 2 retained players. So each team will retain 2 players. So let's just say that everyone is in the market. So who do you think uh, RCB should get in as a captain, because they have not won. So that's always been a monkey on their back, like, and that's what happens. I think whenever the team starts losing, they become very desperate and they chop and change a lot and all those things. So who do you think should be given RCB's captaincy from anywhere? I mean, let's not go into technicalities.
I have no fucking idea, man. I'm so clueless about this. I'm not gonna just make some random shit here. Let's wait it out because, I mean, have you thought about that? Can you come up with an answer? Because it just doesn't make any sense. It's like saying MS Dhoni gets removed. I can still think Faf du Plessis taking over, and MS Dhoni will not care about it. But as I said, a personality has to be somebody that can be respected in a field where Maxwell is there, when AB is there, when Virat Kohli is there, when great players are there, and at the same time coming and taking over captaincy from somebody who's been captain forever, who's India's captain,
Right.
who's literally arguably the best player ever in the history or something like that. How do you take over that? How do I answer that? I think it'll be glib, and it'll be glib of me to just answer something like that. I can just, oh, Rahane will come in. This is stupid, right? It's.
Yeah, that's what
I
I
think
wanted to
there's
hear.
a lot of factors will need to be considered. A lot of factors need to be considered, and everything has to be. I think this is just walking on. I think anybody, if you just make somebody a captain just for the sake of it, as they do in all IPL teams, like Sanju Samson, you become captain, Pant, you become captain, Shreyas, you become captain, right? If they do something like that, it's gonna be hellish. It's not gonna work out. They need to.
Right.
I don't know. We have to wait and watch who they get in the auction. When I see the team, eventually I can tell you that okay, this is what they will go with. Right now, we don't even know who will get bought because IPL auction is just like
No,
it's the biggest tamasha on earth.
that's why I what I said was, don't think about the auction. Just think about that everyone is available. They can buy anyone. They can buy Williamson. They can buy David Warner. They can buy even your favorite Smith. So, do you think that who would be? I mean, I think I would say Williamson. Williamson would be the right guy actually to take over captaincy of a team like RCB, who has never won, and because they need some kind of stability. It just feels like everyone is just coming and going. There's no apart from few players like obviously Virat and ABD and then Chahal, not Chahal. So apart from
I'm
them,
just
it
thinking,
just feels
see,
like
I agree with Williamson. In fact, I can also say that's a logical choice. It makes a lot of sense. But you have to think practical also. You can't bring another international player. Where is he going to play? They already have Maxwell, AB, they have one bowler. They need spaces, man. They can't have another international player coming in who's guaranteed when you already have like Maxwell and AB guaranteed, and you have to at least play one. We have Kyle Jamieson sitting out right now. I mean,
right.
in you also think practical sense, right? And then you think
Hmm.
Indian player, which Indian player will become captain? It just doesn't make any sense.
Rahane, obviously that's the obvious. That's what I want. That's what I want to hear. You're not saying it, but anyway, yeah. But yeah, I think.
Not gonna fall for it.
So okay. Out of all the Indian players, who do you think can be? Because I just feel right now because even now when Virat Kohli is not
No one.
Virat Kohli is who?
No one. Dude, they're not gonna find anybody. They're gonna make AB de Villiers captain. That's what's gonna happen.
Okay, yeah, I think even
You can't
that's
just
fair.
like plug somebody else in the team. It's not gonna work that way.
What about Devdutt Padikkal?
No. No. He's gonna tell Virat Kohli what to do. Yeah, right.
At least they should
Yeah, right.
groom him or someone. But yeah, we don't even
Yeah,
know whether
he's
he'll
gonna be
be.
groomed. He'll become captain when he's 32 for RCB.
Yeah,
For all you know, he's not even playing for RCB anymore.
correct. Okay, so yeah. So what's up for the weekend? What are the football matches which are coming? Let's just take turn anyway. I think only Rashmit is watching, who is a football fanatic. He's a Arsenal fan. Sorry to say. so
Yeah, Arsenal is
so
playing, but they're not playing tomorrow. I think they're playing day after. I'll just double
yeah.
check it. Yeah, they're definitely playing day after. Yeah, they're playing Tottenham. And
Oh, is
people are
it?
thinking Tottenham will actually, but they're at home and they're favorites to win, by the way. They're like the odds are 2.15 for Arsenal to win and 3.5 for Tottenham to win because it's home advantage. They're playing at Emirates. That's their stadium. So, but your Rashmir is like denying, he's saying, I watch cricket. So
He
it's not even telling.
doesn't want to accept that he's an Arsenal fan. I
Nobody
saw a
does.
video.
So I
I
don't blame
saw a
him.
video when Ronaldo was signed by Manchester United, and they were asking some dude, and he said, "What do you think about Ronaldo signing?" He said, "I don't even care about it. They are not our competition. Our competition is Burnley. Our competition is other teams. They are not even our competition." So that was
Well,
funny.
that's so true. So tomorrow is a couple of big matches coming up. Chelsea versus Manchester City at 5 o'clock India time. Manchester United playing at the same time Aston Villa. Uh, but there's a Leeds game at 7:30, which I always like Leeds because they always score. But this year they've not been scoring and not winning. But I think tomorrow is a big chance for them to win. But against West Ham, West Ham has now become this big team. Okay,
Yeah.
and then Liverpool is playing Brentford, but Brentford's been playing really well, so you never know what can happen. And then on Sunday is the big match with Arsenal. Arsenal. Rashmi just asked, "What is Arsenal?" It's a combination of Ars and Emil, so that's Arsenal. So and the Southampton is playing tomorrow, but nobody cares about Southampton. Barcelona is playing. Barcelona is being super shit. They're playing on Sunday. PSG. Nobody cares about PSG, and Bayern Munich is also playing tonight at midnight, exactly 0-0 in the few minutes. But again, Bayern Munich is obviously going to beat the shit out of whoever team is going to come in. So yeah, that's about it, football. If you have any more questions, we can wrap this shit up and we can fall asleep. Try to fall asleep after RCB's destruction of themselves. And
Yeah,
getting
even
now
I have
everybody
an
says Dhoni's a
RCB
great
t-shirt. I'm
captain.
not.
Dhoni's a great captain. He made 2 runs. He's a great captain.
He's a great captain, right? He's top two. He's in top two, and they are going to, I think, qualify. Yeah. So let's see what happens
Yeah, people
tomorrow.
forgot
I
last
think.
year what happened last year.
What happened last year? No, nothing happened. Only
Last
Corona
year,
happened.
CSK came last. That's what happened. On the last day, they didn't come last, I think. RR came last
Yeah, the
eventually.
RR game. Yeah.
That, that was it. But it was a much, much closer one. A lot of things will happen. Don't worry. RCB will also come back. Things will happen. KKR will lose their mojo as well. Mumbai will also win a couple of matches. Things will happen. Delhi will not be perfect. Things will happen. Wait and watch. Wait and watch. This is the fun of T20. Every day is a new day. And Abu Dhabi is 43 degrees. Patpreet Singh Tinder. With Patpreet Singh Tinder. That's a person's name is Patpreet Singh Tinder.
You played, right? You forgot.
I played one. I
He's
forgot.
asking, Gaurav, are you still friends with Patpreet Singh Tinder? That
What is Patpreet Singh Tinder?
Corona
Huh?
Indian video, you played Patpreet,
Oh,
right?
his name was Thind. That's what I'm saying. It's not even Tinder. Tinder is the website where you
No, he's
find
making
fat
fun of
chicks
you.
to date. Tinder. Of
Yeah,
course,
he's
I'm still
making fun
friends
of
with
you.
him. Yeah, of course, that's what everybody does. I'm totally on board with that. All right, so should we ask any questions, Rashmeet, before we end this up? Hey, Rashmeet, Rashmeet's name sounds a lot like a girl's name. It's like Rasmeet. So much rush is there. And meet me, I'll show you the rush.
Okay, let him respond. If he responds.
So when people respond, it comes directly here on
No,
the
I
thing, or
have
you
to
have to
put it.
approve it. You
I
have to
have to
approve it.
put it.
Okay,
Yeah,
you have to put it. So it's like I was
I
like, how
can
is it coming?
display.
Like people can say anything. Tind, Patpreet Singh Tind. Yeah, I still remember that. Actually, one of my friends' name is Patpreet. Why? This is
He's
getting
secretly girl.
intense. I like it. Internet is busted.
Yeah,
Oh, it's back. It's back. It's back.
yeah.
It's back. So let's just wait for tomorrow's matches and we'll enjoy. Anyway, we'll be doing a cricket, football. All the podcasts will be happening off, not live as well, which is I'm enjoying the live as well. But then I like my other ones as well. That's the extra time, as the ESPN will call it, extra time. This is more like like this thing, like facing the thing. So he somehow managed to talk 41 minutes even after RCB screwed up their own match and well backs against the wall. So let's see if RCB can come back, and CSK is definitely going to finish in top 2 with Delhi, but anything can change. So on that note, do you have any other questions, or should we wrap this shit up?
Let's wrap it.
All right, let's a wrap. Thank you for listening, Rashmeet.
Thanks, Rashmeet.
You're a legend. You stuck through the entire 42 minutes. This is crazy stuff, and you must have nothing to do in your life. And we love it. That's the kind of people we need on our podcast who will watch us when nobody else is watching on the live one. Because tomorrow, when there'll be like thousands of people watching, we'll always remember Rashmeet, who was there when nobody was there. Respect.
Yeah,
All right.
respect.
Now, Bikram, take your shirt off and let's close this podcast.